diamond as well, but I feel like I'm stuck and I don't know like what exactly I'm stuck on. So I think it would be nice to get like another perspective.
Right. What do you know about me?
I actually don't really know much about you. I saw a post on Reddit
Yeah.
for someone who got coaching from you. They were talking about how you helped them, and I forget who else they said you coached, but I was like, this seems pretty good, and I thought for a bit, and I decided, there's no harm in trying and reaching out. So
Yeah. Do you want to know a little bit more? Because you're going
yeah,
into it
sure.
pretty blindly. All right. So I am from Europe. I'm from Denmark. I play obviously on the European server. I reached 1 KLP in jungle and Master
Oh, that's
Plus
pretty good.
on every role. Like of course top mid ADC in support. I reached Master Plus. My ADC is a little bit skewed though because I played Yasuo and
Oh,
that's pretty much it. Yeah, Yasuo and Ashe. So really simple champs, and I kind of cheated with Yasuo. So my ADC is a little bit skewed, but I just don't have hands, so I can't play it. Um, yeah, and I played professionally as well.
oh wow, really?
Yeah, I played professionally as well. I went to EU Masters, which is the second highest competition. You know, there's LEC and then EU
Yeah,
Masters.
I watched a little EU Masters before.
Yeah, I went to that, but then I lost motivation from playing. Don't ask me why.
Oh,
It was just I just didn't have motivation anymore, and I decided to get into coaching. Um, and I really didn't really enjoyed it. One year ago, I guess I started it, and now I make a living out of it. So
that's pretty cool.
yeah,
I'm glad you're doing well.
thank you. So obviously, that's it. I think I don't think there's any more you want to know or you need to know. I guess. But if you have questions, just let me know. Other than that, I want you to be honest with me if I'm saying something that's really hard for you to understand.
Okay.
And I want you to ask questions whenever you have the question. Then I will just stop, or maybe wait for me to finish what I'm saying and then stop. And
Okay.
ask me questions anytime you have anything, because I need you to obviously ask me all the questions you have.
hmm
All right.
Also, when you're ready, I can give you the link to the video.
Yeah, I mean you can just set it now. We will watch it immediately
Okay.
when the OPGG review is over. Of course, I don't look at the game before. Uh, yeah, I just don't look at the game before you give me it. So
Okay.
all right. All right. How do you pick your champions normally?
Um,
Do you actually think about when you pick your champions, or do you just pick them?
Now I think about it. I usually pick Silas if the enemy team has like really good ults. Um, I don't pick Aurelia as much anymore because most games there needs to be like an AP mid. So I usually pick Silas if the enemy team has good ults. Um, Vlad if I think that I can get away with picking Vlad, or I'll just play like Yone or Diana if we really need like AP and I can't like pick Yone. Also, the sound might be a little scuffed.
It's fine. I don't. We don't have sound on anyways, so it's
Okay.
completely fine.
Also, because I only have one monitor, I think I like tap out to check if it's working at the beginning a few times, but I stop. So just letting you know.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. All right. Okay. I mean, what is the goal? The goal is to get plat, or the goal is to get diamond.
Well, I want to get diamond, but I don't really think it's realistic. So, I think a more realistic goal is plat. It's like high plat.
Right. I mean, it is realistic to get diamond. I can tell you that much. Um, but if that's the goal, there's no point in playing all these champs, right? The more champs you
Yeah.
play,
Oh, sorry.
it's fine. What do you want to say?
I was gonna say I stopped playing as many champs because of what you just said. So I'm trying to I limit to like Silas, Vlad, and Yone for like basically every game.
Yeah.
Um, I played Diana, but she's really boring. So I it's kind of a struggle to always play her.
Yeah.
Like she's super boring. So I
And your CS is not, or like your win rate is not that high, so no point.
yeah
Uh,
I used to play Aurelia a lot, but I stopped playing her because there's a lot of games where we need an AP mid. So I just don't play her as much.
yeah. All right. That sounds fine. If I was you, and now I'm coaching you, right? So I will give you my perspective. If I was you, I would just play these three champs. Like all three of them can work in different scenarios. So
Okay.
usually, if you have to blind pick, you can. With either Silas or Yon. And if you have counter pick or Vlad is good in the enemy team or your comp, we can just go Vlad.
Okay.
I can see that you also go elite runes.
I go what?
Elite runes with flash and ghost. Or what? Is that something you just do yourself?
Wait, what are you saying?
I can see that you go elite 500 runes.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I anytime I'm like wondering about Vlad, I always look at him. I
Yeah.
thought he went electrocute though. I don't
Maybe
remember.
he's still in the chat. Are you still here, Calvin?
But I look at him anytime that I feel like I'm like playing Vlad because he's like the Vlad person that I look at.
Yeah,
I
of
took
course.
Ghost because I've seen a few times he takes Ghost, but I felt like Ignite was better for lane.
I
But
mean, Ignite is better in low elo, I would say.
yeah, I think you can get away with. I think Ghost is better later on,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'm like what's how you say. I don't think like I'm confident enough to not take Flash because some people will go like Ghost Ignite,
Yes. You should
but
also have flash. It's way
I
way
think
harder
Flash
to
is
play
pretty
without
good.
flash.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I
Yeah.
think I'm just gonna go Flash Ghost or Flash Ignite.
And it requires you to know a lot about like a lot about wave management, and that
Yeah.
obviously is something that you are lacking. Reason I know that is because you're sitting at 6.4 CS, 5.6 CS, 6.8. The 6.8 is not that bad for a gold player. Not that bad. But this,
Yeah, my CS is really low for Vlad and Silas. I think it's kind of hard to farm on Silas for me. For Vlad, I actually don't know why it's so low. I think it's from earlier when I was like playing him again. Because I
um,
think now my Vlad CS recently is not as bad, but I don't know.
yeah, we will take a look at these three champs because these are the champs that you're gonna be playing from now on. Do you agree?
Okay.
Just these three champs, nothing else. Um, so let's take a look at these three champs. Why do you decide sometimes to go sorcery and then other times you go domination and then a third time you go
Um,
inspiration?
that's what I used to go. I choose. So I went inspiration this game. Oh, I went inspiration that game because I think they had. Was it Zed? I'm not sure who I was against. It was against someone I needed the stopwatch for. I don't remember. But now I normally go. Um, now I normally go inspiration or inspiration secondary because I'm gonna start going phase rush most of the time. Before, when I used to go electrocute, I what did I do? When I used to go electrocute, I think I would go sorcery second, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean that's usually what you do when you do these runes. You go like complete Vista runes, um, and that's electro and what's it called? Sorcery. That's not something I would recommend though because it's harder to pull off and it requires you to know a lot about laning phase. You
what's hard to pull off? Sorry.
electro and sorcery.
Yeah, that's true. I won it because I I felt like I needed to get kills early
Yeah.
because it felt like if I let the game go too long and my team was losing, it was harder. But I I felt like I should try Ghost because I played against a few Vlads that went Ghost, and it looked like it was really good later on, like in the game, having the Ghost to run people down.
Yeah. When you do that, you need to go what's called Cosmic Insights. You get
What,
one
when you
minute
go?
off. Yeah, you get 1 minute off your flash, and you get, of course, a huge cooldown or a huge cooldown buffer on your ghost as well.
Do you think every game I should go cosmic?
Yes.
Okay.
And magical footwear, because you're not looking to like what's it called, rush boots on Bled. So you should go
Yeah.
boots
Wait,
in the tree.
can you scroll up a little? I want to see why I took it. Who was I against? Oh yeah, I took it because I was against Tryndamere, and I was scared of dying to him.
In terms of what, with stopwatch
Um,
or what?
yeah, so I took stopwatch because I felt like if he tried to all in me, I could buy time with stopwatch. I think it worked once, so I felt like it wasn't a waste. But I could see why you'd want the free boots on Vlad
Yeah,
over
I
the
mean,
stopwatch.
he cannot kill you. He cannot kill you. Tronemy can never kill that. I mean, he can kill you if you grief your pull. What are we watching, by the way? Which game is it?
Oh, I sent you it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
it's the
yeah.
most recent one. It's this one, the
Yeah.
one you're at.
Alright, with let. Okay, great. Yeah, that's fine. And I can see that you also went domination here, which is horrible. Because
It's horrible.
yeah, Ravenous Hunter just got nerfed as well.
Yeah.
Plus, you're going Flash Ghost, so you need to have Cosmic Insight.
Okay,
And
that
the
makes
taste
sense.
and the taste of blood is not worth for you to take this
Okay,
rune
yeah,
set alone.
that makes sense.
And yeah, I just want to see quickly. I think it does the same thing. Yeah. All right. And yeah, you're also looking to have as much cooldown as you possibly can, right? So Transcendence plus cooldown is important. Yeah. And yeah, you're just completely surrendering lane here. If you go double armor, you're just completely surrendering lane. You know you can actually bully the Tronimir early, right?
No, I didn't know that until that game.
Yeah.
Because I haven't played against Tryndamere mid much, but the last 2 times I did, I lost to the Tryndamere mid. So I took double armor.
Yeah. And he is melee, and you're ranged, right? So you can
Yeah,
abuse him
so like
hard. You
I
even
can
have
abuse
phase
him
rush.
level 1.
You can phase rush. You have phase rush, so if he decides to jump on you, you can just Q W R2. You have phase rush. That's it. You just run him down.
That's actually exactly what happened in
Yeah,
the game.
of course,
I was
because it's
just
such a
worried
free
of level
matchup.
1. I was just worried of level 1.
Yeah, but
Like,
it doesn't
he's
matter.
on me.
It doesn't matter. You have phase rush. Sure, he is on you. He maybe outshoots you once, but you are playing Vladimir. You can sustain it up. You have phase rush, so he gets one out, so that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's such a free matchup. Like, just thinking about it,
So
you're just free
what do you
scaling.
think? What do you think I should have taken? Damage instead of the second armor, right?
Yeah, of course. You don't need
Okay.
double armor. He can't realistically like bully you in the lane if you play correctly and use auto space correctly. Do you know what auto spacing is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is such a free matchup, so just go double adaptive because you're kind of surrendering lane. Did he win the lane here?
No. But I feel like he didn't know how to play Tryndamere anyway.
I mean, most likely not. He is gold, but either way, what I will be coaching you today is wave management on multiple stages. I'll be teaching you. Of course, it depends on the game and what we see, but even if we don't see it in the game, I'll be teaching you a lot about wave management.
Okay.
Because if you have good wave management only, you can probably get like diamonds easily. If you have good wave management and good lane, or not good, just good laning phase, you can get diamond pretty easily.
Okay.
And the reason you have such low CS on Vlad is usually because you are probably moving from lane when you can't, or you just have bad wave management, right? Like 6.1, 6.5, 6, 6.8, 6, 7.2. 7.6 is not that bad though. But yeah.
But should I have 7.8 or 8?
If you can move it up to 8, that would be completely fine. But if Like for example here, right? 360 games, 8.1. I'm not comparing you to him, of course, because you cannot play like him, right? But if you can move it up to at least 7.5, that's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Okay.
But like this is completely unacceptable, and it's fine because it's just because you don't know anything about wave management, and of course I will be teaching you that. I see, for example, 5.5 or 8.5, 8.7. Okay, here he just entered it, but he was also playing bot lane, so it's pretty hard. 8.5, 9, 7.3, 7.3, 10.2, right? So I will be teaching you wave management on different stages, like more advanced as well. All right, that's flat, I guess. What does he even build nowadays?
I don't think Elite goes Cosmic, which is weird because I think Cosmic is good. I think he likes going Death Cab second for the damage.
It depends on the game, for sure. Like right here, he is solo AP. Right here, he's solo AP. So he will do true damage anyways.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. If you're
It
the
makes a
solo
lot of
AP,
sense.
you don't need to. You'd rather just do true damage.
Yeah, of course. Why do you need Cosmic? What do you need Cosmic for? It's irrelevant and it doesn't do anything. So here, for example, you're not really solo AP. I would still. I mean, he doesn't go Cosmic ever, I think. Okay,
Really?
sometimes.
But I wonder why he doesn't go Cosmic because you get so much movement speed and haste. I think is what it's called now. It's called haste, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him.
Oh. I'm just curious why he doesn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think you need it, right? If you're playing Ghost and Flesh, there's just no reason to have Cosmic Insight. Not Cosmic Insight, what's it called? Cosmic Drive.
Cosmic Drive.
Yeah, there's no reason to have it. You're already insanely fast. But you do it for the CD, right?
Yeah, I do it for the haste and the MS and the AP because it gives 75, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like if I just want damage, then Death Cap makes way more sense.
Because because for if you do it for the 20 ability haste only, there are so many other items that are just better. That give the same.
What do you think I should get instead? Like, what would be better? Oh, so he thinks it's useless unless you go electrocute. Okay. I wonder why though. But okay, I'll stop buying it then. Okay, yeah, I'll stop going it then.
Yeah.
Wait, so is the alternative Death Cap second? Because that's really expensive.
It's diff cap if you're solo AP, and then sure you can probably go Void third if you need it. Yeah, I mean, Transcendence just in general is so broken, right? Look at this. 5, 5. So you get 10 ability haste at level 8, and you're not looking to make plays early on because you're playing Vlad, so you're what's it called?
Scaling.
You're scaling, right? So you're not looking to do it.
Alright, that is true.
Yeah, that was what I thought as well.
So what would you go if you're not solo AP second? Because if you're solo AP, you go Death Cap. But what would you go second if you're not solo AP? What do you think? Zanya's?
No, for sure not. You're still looking for damage. I mean, you can still go Void, or not Void, but you can still go Rabidance into Void because then you have the true damage from Void. So
do Do you think you never need Zanya's?
I mean, sure, sometimes, but it has to be really,
Okay.
really relevant. Like Luke here, for example,
Okay.
he never goes Sonius.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah, there's one game here because you're playing versus Kiana, Kor, and Rengar. Plus, like, it's just full AD, right? For
Hmm.
sure, Sonius is good if they have a lot of assassins, they have a lot of ADs, because then you get good value from Seeker's Arm God. Plus, you have Sonius to buy time. Um, but in most cases, I would say no, you don't need it, and you just go full damage. Plus, Transcendence, the rune itself, just has an item built into it. It's so
Yeah.
OP. Yeah. And as he said, if you're one-shotting someone, you get the pullback from this. Right? Unchained takedowns reduce the remaining cooldowns of basic abilities by 20%. So if you kill someone, you get, I mean, as I said, like 3 seconds off the pull. So we should just go burst.
Okay.
All right. Let's move to Silas quickly. Okay. How did it feel laning against? I'm suppose you're against. Well, are you top lane here?
Lucian. No, I'm mid against Lucian.
Yeah. How did that feel?
Awful.
Yeah.
It.
Because why do you think it feels awful? You can make it really easy
How can I make it easy? Double
if
armor.
if you go fleet.
Oh yeah, actually, I loaded in the game and I was like, oh, I don't have fleet. Okay, well, this is just really bad. So I I should have taken fleet that game.
Yeah.
But I think even with fleet, I still wouldn't be able to do much though. Wouldn't I?
You
Like,
would be able to farm. You cannot farm having Conqueror. He will just perma smack you around.
yeah,
And you should also go TP so you can
TP.
farm.
Okay.
So you go
So
fleet, you go TP, and then you don't go sorcery. Well, do you usually go sorcery? Yeah, you do.
I go sorcery if I'm against a. I don't know why. I think so. That game was an accident with the runes, but I go sorcery, nullifying orb if I'm against AP. Otherwise, I go domination.
Yeah, both are pretty meh. Find out why.
Okay.
Let's do this. This one, I'm pretty sure he plays like a lot of Silas. Yeah, not that good though. I mean, Silas in general has to be picked into the right team comp.
Yeah, I realize he's not really a pick all type champion.
Yes,
It's
it's
more like
extremely
good.
situational.
So is it
Right.
worth like playing him a lot then?
It's fine. You're doing decent on him. You have decent win rates, so why not, right? You have a good win rate, and that's probably because you have like fine mechanics for a gold game.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, for the runes itself, you're
And
gonna
I
lack
look at
you're gonna lack
impact.
mana. Do you usually feel like you lack mana in laning phase?
Yes, I do actually.
Yeah, and
So
it's
I normally when I play Silas, if I don't start corrupting, I back to corrupting.
yeah, that sounds like a
Probably
lot
not
of
a good
wasted
idea.
gold in my in
Yeah.
my in my eyes. It feels like a lot of wasted gold.
How do you make up for the lack of mana?
You do it in runes, so you can actually play the game. Usually they will look like this depending on the matchup.
Oh right, biscuits. Why did I forget about that? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, biscuits. And if you're going C pot, you can do time warp, but usually you are either looking to do like Aerofrost or Leandris. Usually it's Aerofrost. And if
Yeah.
you do that, you also get the 10 item haste that is worth it. Like Cosmic Insight in itself is one of the most broken runes in the entire game.
Okay.
Like you get 1 minute of your flash, you get a lot off from your TP as well, and you get 10 item haste on like in this case, right, Sonya's and Everfrost.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Why are there so many fleet games? Because I used to take fleet a lot on Silas, but then I felt like I wasn't doing any damage. So then I started taking Conqueror, and then it felt like I was doing a lot more damage.
Yeah.
But you obviously give up the sustain in lane. But I felt like it was fine because Fleet got nerfed like on AP champs. So I didn't. I thought it was like a fine trade. But I wonder if you think Fleet is just superior all the time.
All right. So first thing, give me 1 sec. Is for the fleet, you said that it got nerfed on AP champs.
Yeah. It used to be higher. I think it was
Yeah.
twice. I don't remember.
Yeah. So the thing about fleet is that, and the reason it's taking so much is because if you're playing versus good players, they will abuse you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They will abuse you a lot. That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
happen in your elo because
Mm-hmm.
people do not know how to play the any phase. So you can actually get away with your pick versus bully champs that will just smack you around in lane. So what I want you to do is that I want you to go. You're lacking a lot of sustain, and it comes from you not having mana. You can go Conqueror pretty much every game, and I think it will work out for you because you're not getting punished. So the Conqueror is fine. I have no issue with that until you
just
start
think I
getting
need.
smacked down. Yeah, you start getting smacked around by better players and by, I mean, maybe not in NA, but yeah, you're starting to get smacked around, and if that happens, you need to evaluate if you go fleet or conqueror. But
Okay.
for now, you just go conqueror every game, and I think you're fine because they will
Okay.
not abuse you. But you're lacking mana, and it comes from not having either biscuits or not going corruption potion. And yeah, you can go corruption potion and still take what's it called, like cosmic insight. So still take cosmic insight, but you have corruption potion in different matchups.
Okay.
But yeah, usually it's cookies and what's it called, cookies and cosmic, and yeah, as you can see, a lot of TP because your champion can have a really rough time in the early phases of the lane. So
should I give up Ignite or should I just be more conscious of when I need to take TP instead of Ignite?
I think it's fine for you to go ignite. As I said, you're playing in an elo where you can almost do anything in completely unplayable lanes. You can still do it. But if you're playing versus something like Lucian or Tristana, go Conqueror then because you're not killing them anyways.
Okay.
All right, or heavy bully lanes. But like you don't, I don't have time like to teach you how to use TP correctly.
Yeah, I understand.
So I think it's better for you to just take Ignite for now, but TP is insanely OP if you know how to use it.
Okay.
I just don't have the time currently, so
That's fine. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. And that's also, as I said, like you have Conquer, right? So that can also be a reason behind you not having ICS ever.
Because I get bullied because I don't have sustain.
Yeah, you get bullied in a lot of matchups, but also not really because what I can see here in the matchups, that doesn't really seem to be the case. Like they don't have what's it called? Like they don't have the biggest bullies on the OPG. There's only this matchup which could be or is really hard. It's just not the case, I guess, because he's not good at the game. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at Joan really quick. Because I know for a fact that you have wrong runes because you're like, yeah. A lot of fleet though. You go a lot of fleet on Joan.
Is that bad?
It's very bad.
Wait, really? Every
Usually.
time I see Yon picked in pro and in like higher elo games, they always go fleet.
Yeah.
What's wrong with fleet?
Oh. Okay. What's wrong with fleet is the fact that you don't need it to survive laning phase, and Conqueror is so OP. The reason they do it in pro play is usually because they will have a hard matchup, and it can easily be abusable. But Conqueror is so fucking broken on this champion.
So why is he taking fleet? Why is Nemesis taking fleet? Oh wait, that was me. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, that was you.
Oh.
Yeah. I will explain the resolve tree as well. You only go fleet in like really few matchups that are unplayable.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, give me a sec. Like this one could this could be one. Jace, Lucian, Tristana, unplayable matchups. So we need to go fleet or we just can't survive. All right. There's 3 different rune sets you can go. In the result tree, you don't go inspiration anymore due to what's it called? Ravenous Hunter being nerfed. So you go resolve. Then you have 3 different rune choices. Okay, it's important for me. It's important for you to follow me here, okay?
Okay, I'll pay.
If you have a free laning phase, which you almost always have, of course you play sometimes versus heavy poke champs. But if you have a free laning phase, you do this. Okay?
Okay.
Conditioning and overgrowth, because you will just be scaling to the moon.
Okay.
If you what's it called? If you have a hard laning phase, you can do 2 things. You can do this, or you can do this.
Okay.
Revitalize for the shield and for the heal that you will eventually get, like here with the shield bow, and also with either having fleet or conqueror. So for the heal here, yeah, as I said, 2 different ways of going if you have a hard laning phase. And if they have a lot of CC and you have a hard laning phase, you can do this, or you have to do this. If they have a lot of CC, and I mean a lot of CC, right? You do this unflinching, because it gives you 10 tenacity, 10 slow resistance. These value increased by up to 10%, or an additional 20%, and slow. We need to remove this. Resist based on missing health. Maximum value achieved at 30% health. But if you have a free laning phase, but they have a lot of CC, you do this.
Oh.
Makes sense?
Okay, so the one right before that you said was that if you have a hard laning phase and they have a lot of CC?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you will get the VOD, so you can watch it as many times as you want, okay? You can watch it even before you get into your own game.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. Let's see your itemization really quick. Okay. There is a huge issue, which is you going shield bow and or bloodthirster 1 and 2. I suppose maybe it's IE. No, it's not. It's bloodthirster 2nd. How do you feel with damage and such? When you do this shield bow into bloodthirster.
I feel like I still do fine damage against squishy targets, but against tanky targets, I can't really kill them.
I mean, versus tanky targets, the reason you can't kill them is because you have fleet. Now, the itemization wouldn't really change that much.
Okay.
But in most cases, you go shield bow into IE, and then it's situational. It can be death stance, it can be bloodthirster, it can be GA. Like, it's really situational.
Do you feel so I'm guessing you think that you're not gonna need the extra shield from Bloodthirster in fights because you're gonna do so much damage?
Yeah, you're just gonna one-shot people. Like, it makes sense why your win rate is so low, because your itemization is really bad and you don't really do damage. Like this game, for example, how much damage did you do? Okay, 16,000. But you were extremely fat. How did you build? Yeah, shield bow into bloodthirster, and then you get QSS at 23 minutes. Then there's no point in getting it anyways. It's way too late. Yeah, try it. go shield bow into, and yeah, of course Conqueror if you have a good lane.
Okay.
Like versus Melzor, for example, you don't need fleet. It's completely free, and you don't go Conqueror ever. I see.
No, I've never went Conquer.
Okay, holy shit.
It's weird because every time I've seen Yone play it, everyone's gone Fleet. But this is the first. So this is the first time because I've like looked up. I've looked at like players on u.gg to see what they went. Like you know how you can go to like pro thing or whatever,
Yeah.
and they've taken Fleet. So like this is the first time I've seen anyone take Conqueror. So I thought like Fleet was just the go-to every game.
Conqueror is definitely the go-to if you can, and you go fleet if you must. If you must go fleet, you do it. And when
fleet
I
is like
mean,
you have to.
What?
Fleet. You only go fleet if you really have to.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you play this is a really hard laning phase where you're not gonna be able to see what's it called CS, then you do it. You can go ignite and TP. Like it's depending on the situation. As you can see, Nemesis he always takes TP because he knows how to use TP, and it's really good for laning phase, and it bails you out in different scenarios. But I would still go ignite if I was you. So keep going ignite. I just want to see you change up runes, of course. Conqueror, if you can, and if it's for free, and Fleet if you really need it for the laning phase. But I would not say that you will ever need Fleet for the laning phase. In your elo, if you ever get punished having a like Conqueror and Resolve tree, then we can talk about it. All right, when that happens, we talk about it. Then you just message me and say, Hidon, I got punished really hard. Why is that? And then I will explain it to you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Yes. And yeah, as you can see, you will never see him ever having a shield bow into Bloodthirster. If you see it once, like here he has it. Let's see if he did it, like shield into Bloodthirster. No, shield into IE into Bloodthirster, because the IE is so OP on the champion.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Plus you get 100% crit. At 2 items. It's like a new thing they did, like not so long ago, but shield bow into Infinity Edge and then you have 100% crit.
Wait, why do you not have 100% with Bloodthirster?
I mean, you do, but you see here the passive.
Oh
if you have at least 60% crit, gain 20 or 35% crit chance. So
yeah, so you just do way more damage.
Yeah, you do way more damage. It's like not even comparable. We can even go in practice tool after the coaching session, and you can see how OP it is. Like the different damage. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have more. Yeah, I don't have more for the OPGG because, as we have mentioned before, we only play these 3 champs from now on. So no reason to look at anything else. That obviously took a long time, but it's insanely important that you build correctly and you have the right runes.
Alright.
Oh. There we go. Right. Talk to me a little bit about the laning phase.
Yeah, there wasn't really a laning phase because he
clicked
W and then left.
All right. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much how the matchup goes. You can't really do much about it. But what you can do.
I told them that that he was gonna go bottom.
Yeah. What you can do is that you can freeze on him, and you can force him to stay in lane. Not early on, but you can do it on 4th and 5th wave. Like that's when you can start doing it almost every wave, and force him to stay in lane. And if he roams, we just hold the wave here. You know what a freeze is?
Yeah, I do.
You know what a slow push is?
I do, but I don't remember how to do it.
Okay, so slow push is essentially if we are like let's say here, right?
Yeah.
You have the wave, but it's not freezing anymore, right? So instead of just hard shoving the next wave that comes here,
you slowly spin it.
You just what's it called? You just nitpick them. You last hit them, and then
Yeah.
you stack maybe 2 to 3 waves up, and you just bounce that.
And then you crash.
Yeah. Do you know what a bounce is?
Yeah, it's when you push the wave and it goes back to, I think, the middle.
No. I mean, yeah, that's just a reset on the wave. But a bouncing wave is, let's say, here, all right? 130, the first wave comes, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first wave. And second wave comes 150. I mean, I can't remember the exact timer, but third wave comes at, let's just say, 210, yeah?
Okay.
Or third wave. It's not exactly how it is, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to care about the time. And then here, because we win the matchup, we don't in this case. He will always have prio. But let's say we're winning, yeah?
Yeah.
Then we crash wave 2 and 3, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And on wave 4 and 5, the wave bounces back into you.
Oh, okay.
So that's how a bounce happens, and that usually will mean that on wave 4, 5, and 6, you will not have prio.
So when you bounce the wave, I don't remember if you said this, but are you slow pushing it
Yeah,
at like
you're
wave
slow
3?
pushing it. In this case, yeah. In this case, you're slow pushing on wave 1, 2, 3, and then cheater
Mm-hmm.
recalling. Of course, that is not possible. Do you know what a cheater recall is?
Yes.
Can you just tell me what it is?
Um, isn't it like when you hard shove a wave, you hard shove wave 3 and then you recall to like get a good buy before the other person can clear the wave?
Yeah, that can be it. As I said, it's not possible in this matchup, but it will be possible for you in other matchups.
Okay.
Because you'll have winning matchup at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you I just want to teach you about waves.
Okay.
Yeah. And then on wave 4, 5, and 6, you will not have prio. But on wave 7, you will bounce it again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very very situational, and it depends on matchup. And yeah, you will not have prio in this matchup ever. So what should our main goal be in this main or in this lane? What should the main goal be?
Just to scale and out farm him.
Yeah, so
Like.
essentially 10 CS per minute. That should be the goal.
Mm-hmm.
And how do we achieve that?
By just perfect farming. Like whenever he leaves, freezing or like hard crashing if you see him somewhere, and then resetting.
Yeah, and it's almost never possible for you to hard shove
It's a
because you're
hard
playing lit.
crash. Yeah.
So the only thing you can do is either slow push or kill him and then get the freeze, or not get the freeze, but get the recall, because it's really hard for you
Mm-hmm.
to recall in this lane, and without you
Yeah.
having to give one wave. All right. So what I was looking for, I knew that you were not gonna answer correctly because that's not really possible, right? So what I was looking for is setting up the CS. If it comes to your tower, right, under your tower, we will already have the waves or the CS set up for you to farm them correctly and farm them perfectly. It's hard to do, and it takes time to achieve, and it takes time to learn, and it takes a lot of time to perfect it because you're playing different champs, right? So we want to CS it perfectly. It's really hard for you to get prio, so that's not possible. And if we can, and when we can, we should freeze it to make sure that if he roams, he will lose a wave. And if he doesn't roam, sure, we managed to keep him in lane, or keep him in lane, which is a win. Because it's inevitable that you will outscale him. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
it's
Oh
gold.
yeah, he is chilling a bit. Don't tell me he gets out. That is really really bad for your lane.
Yeah, I was not happy with that.
Yeah, understandable. All right, just a quick thing as well. Remove names. There's no reason to have them. If
Remove names.
Yeah.
I see some people do that, but why? I don't. Does it matter?
Yes,
I feel like
because
it matters at higher elo, obviously, but
it also matters in low elo. There's no reason for you to see this. Why do you have to see this?
I don't know, just like by name, I guess. There's no real reason. You're right.
Like, imagine in a team fight with 10 people, you see 10 names just clumped up. It's so annoying.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it's
never
annoying for
thought
me
of
at
that.
least.
I mean, it's
Y-
never bothered me, but you do have a point.
When you see someone, like, let's say you see Asol here, do you actually read the name?
No. But like
Okay.
sometimes if I'm looking at the map and I like sometimes I'm looking at the screen and I like see a name, but like I don't see the champ. So I could like see someone's there. But it's like a very rare thing. So you're right that I probably don't need the name to
Yeah.
even be there.
I mean, for me at least, when I see someone, I always read the name, so it's really, really distracting.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
and you can't tell me that sometimes you read the name. Like, let's say someone has like
A
Buttligger
ridiculous.
69, you will probably read the name.
Yeah.
Uh, so you might as well just get rid of it because it will not help you.
It can only be a detriment, is what
Yeah,
your point
there's no
is.
benefits to having names. It's completely irrelevant. All
Okay.
right. Yeah, and we should not move. We should never move level 1. You don't offer anything level 1.
Yeah.
All
Can't
right.
do
And
it.
of course for the runes, I have spoken about them, so
Yeah.
mhm.
So I've started pushing because I realized that he's just gonna shove me in. So I was trying to prevent him from like shoving all the wave in.
Yeah, you're trying to de-push the wave. Oh shit, like the it's like pretty laggy, the bot.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
sorry.
it's not that bad. I can still see it. Um all right. This is unnecessary though. You don't have to do this. Reason being that
Gosh,
you
I'm sorry.
already what?
Hit the wave?
Yeah, you don't have to hit this wave.
Okay.
It's already set up for you to farm. Well, like we don't give a shit if he's pushing wave 1 and 2 because he cannot roam anywhere. If he hard shoves wave 1 and 2, yeah, we're fine with that. If he hard shove on 3 though, he can look to roam. He can look to have Prior for the Scuttle. So you
Mhm.
are happy with him hard shoving wave 1 and 2. All you want is to set up the CS so you can farm it.
Okay.
So we don't need to hit this. We already did our job. You hitting the first 3, that's completely fine. Like the first 3 melees here. Because
Mhm.
you need to make sure that like you can actually farm them on the tower. So the first 3 are fine, but we don't need to hit this because you already achieved what you wanted. And yeah, we don't want to. We want the wave to go in on 2, and then we can actually maybe, if he plays it badly, have prio on wave 3, 4, and 5. If he plays it really badly, though, that is. And yeah, and he has to grief, and this is fine. We got what we wanted, right? So let the wave come into you and set up the
Okay.
wave. Because we're never winning we're never ever winning a trade versus Electro. What's it called? Electro and Aurelian Soul. That's not happening.
Yeah.
So set up the wave. You hear me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. Because it sounded like you cut out. Um, just set up the wave and don't look for this. Step back and wait because the wave is slow pushing into you right now. And he will have 2 pretty soon as well. Yeah. And you take a horrible trade. But it ends up working out, kinda. Like, this is actually really fine. He doesn't have any corruption potions left. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
my mentality was because I'm playing a sustained champion, uh if I trade with him,
does he have
it'll be
ignite?
okay because yes, I think.
Right. If he has ignite,
But
he
he could
could.
have ignited me there, right?
Yeah,
Is
he
what you're
could
gonna
kill
say.
you. He could kill you. If he has ignite, he could kill you right here. But he plays it like a monkey, or at least
Yeah,
bring the
that is
flash.
true.
Flash for ignite is definitely worth it. I'm pretty sure he has ignite. All Aurelian
I
souls
think he does
like
have
that.
ignite.
Yeah. And now the goal should be for you to just set up the wave.
Yeah,
Set
to
them
make
up.
it so I can or last hit under the
Yeah,
tower.
last hit and plus Q on the tower. That should be the goal. So you doing this on the wave is not good. We should do it on this one.
Yeah.
and set it up for like one tower
One
from
auto.
one auto from tower, and then we can last hit it because one Q is like this, right? You take it down to this. Yeah, I mean 176. So 176, you take it down to this one tower shot here, and then you can last hit it. So think about it. Think about it. It's so important because now you lose one CS for no reason. There's no reason for you to lose the CS. What you could do to set this one up is just one auto here.
And then it queued that to the far one.
Yeah, one fully charged Q here, and you set them up. This one is set up as well. I think, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. So one auto here, boom, we get it. And look, you could have gotten all three if you just think about these simple things. It's simple things and it's small, really hard things to notice. I mean, this one is not that hard, but it's super important because that's 3 CS or essentially 2 CS that you lose for no reason. If you just think about it before it goes into tower. Alright. And yeah, he kind of fucked it up a bit. Right? He doesn't have any potions. So if we could trade on him, that would be fine. That would be completely fine. He has no potions and we are playing Vlad. So if he steps up and disrespects you, we trade on him. But again, main goal is to set up the CS. So this is completely fine as well. Right? Yeah, and he's dead. Alright. Yeah, and you need to hutch off this wave. That is kind of sad, but you need to do it. You could, yeah, and you should hold on to the entire W here, or the entire F. What is it, F? No, E. Good. I was like, what the fuck? Hold on to the entire E, and make sure you can hit this wave.
Yeah, I was only focused on those three, but I should have eaten the whole wave.
Yeah, because sure, you lose 2 minions here, but that is not the main goal. The main goal for you right now is to get this wave into tower. We need to get this wave into tower so he can't potentially freeze it and make you lose 2 waves in a row, or 1 wave in a row. 1 or 2 waves in a row, I mean. Even though he's playing a Brilliant Soul. Just a quick thing. They will probably never freeze. Have you ever been frozen on in mid lane?
Like once or twice.
Yeah, and you played like 500 games, right?
What?
And you played like 500 games.
Have I? Oh, that's kind of bad. Yeah, I think.
I mean, it doesn't matter how many games, but all I want you to realize is that, yeah, that's 1 or 2 games that you don't get frozen on. When you go higher elo, you're gonna get frozen on if they can, or if they allow you, if it's for free, right? So it will not hurt you not to get this wave in right now, but it will hurt you in higher elo, and I want you to be aware of the fact that it's possible. So you can play correctly and you're not getting surprised when you will get frozen on.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So I'm just preparing you for the future, kid. No, but yeah. So we should try to push this in as fast as possible, and before this wave comes in, and it's possible for sure here. You have the bigger wave, so it will help you push. Yeah. All right, and we just reset. Good. Okay. From now on, every single game at 120, I want you to do a ward depending on where you start. Okay, let's say you're blue here, right? I want you to do a ward right here.
When I'm okay from
when you're blue
side, yeah. Okay.
And when you're red, like we're like blue and red side, right? If you're blue side, you do the ward here. If you're red side, you do the ward here.
Oh, I usually ward in the river entrance right there where your mouse is.
Right here.
Yeah, that's normally why I ward.
Level 1?
Not level 1, like a level.
Okay, the ward I'm talking about right now is level 1. Why do you think that is?
To see like the jungle's pathing. So like for example, if you're blue side and they're like pathing bottom to top, and they'll do their blue then wolves, and then they'll show up there, because the ward will last long enough to see them when they show up there.
Yeah. So if enemy starts here, he does 1, 2, 3. You see
Then
him
you'll
on
see him
Raptors,
when he goes on Raptors.
and you will know that he's topside. What does that mean for you if you know that
That
he's coming
means you
topside?
hover bot side. That means you hover bot side because you know there's no way he's coming from bot side.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Of course, then we also need to factor in.
The support's roaming.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you're not as dumb as I thought. All right. What if we don't see him on the ward at all?
If you don't see him, that means he probably is either trying to do a level 2 gank from bot side, or he skipped his Raptors and his top side.
Okay, so I misplaced the ward a little bit. I would, if you can place it here, versus something like Nunu, right? Let's say you're playing versus Nunu.
Yeah. Then you put it there because he can level 2 gank after
Yeah.
red, and you'll catch him when he's trying to do it.
Yeah, Nunu or J4 or some dumb champ like some
Or
dumb.
Shaco.
Yeah, some dumb champ like Shaco, right? Just like dumb champs that can cheese level 2. If you're playing something like that, you place the ward here, and you just clip the Raptors, right? You just clip the Raptors so you'll know if they started. You probably won't see him, but you'll know if they started. Which is obviously what we need, and we will also see him if he goes for level 2 gank. But if you're not playing versus something like that, and you're playing versus something like Elise, Rek'Sai, or any full clear jungler, then we place the ward here. Not here, but here. So we also see him path through. Let's say he's playing Elise, right? He does red, and he walks to top side. We will still see him path through if we put it deep enough. Right here.
So you kind of get unlucky if they decide to level 2 gank you after red.
If Elise decides to level 2 gank you after red, he is the worst player in the entire game. And then you're not unlucky because you won't die to it.
Even if you die?
You won't
or
die.
You have to like flash?
You won't die.
I guess you won't.
And he will lose he will lose so much tempo if he does that. So if that happens, notify me. Because that should not happen. And yeah, as you said yourself so well, if you see him here, do this, go top side, you know that we hug this side of the lane. In most cases. If you have prio, and your jungler is also pathing to top side, what does that usually mean?
That means you can hover top side in case your jungler gets into a fight. You need to rotate first.
If you have winning lane, right? If you have winning lane, let's say, just hypothetically, you're playing Lucian versus Kassadin. Then we can hug this side, right? Because we are ready to make a potential 2 versus 3 in top lane. Or not in top lane, but top side. But if you have losing lane, it means that we just say, okay, you're not doing this because I don't have prio. So either you recall and you go to bot skull, or you die. Because I can't help you. It's just not possible. I'm playing Vlad. I don't have prio.
And just ignore them if they like blame you.
Yes, ignore them, because if they die and you die as well, it's just double bad, right? And it's not your decision for him to int. If he doesn't have mid prio and he barely has top prio, right? Let's say it's like pretty even. What does that mean?
That means that he's an idiot.
It means that he's an idiot. And do we want to be an idiot with him?
No.
No, we want to play for ourselves, so we can carry the game. The only factors that are
consistent
the only factors that are constant in your game is you and wave states and waves. That's the only factors that are consistent. Like a dumb jungler happens sometimes. And yeah, if he decides to do this, he should prepare himself for 2 versus 3, because you're not moving. That's not happening. Because you will lose if you die, as well as lose the entire wave. Let's say 2 waves because you stacked the wave. It's GG. The game is over. So you need to realize if you have prio, if you have winning matchup, can we potentially help the jungler to make it 2 versus 3? And if we don't, we give prio. And if he dies, he dies. Don't care. We're playing for wave. We're playing to scale late. Because we're playing Vladimir. We don't help. We don't do anything early game. Okay? So from now on, 120, the reason you put it so late is so you don't get either cheesed from what's it called, support, or maybe a jungler sitting here for zero reason. And if you're playing versus like really good level 1 champ in mid lane and he stands here, you just say, okay, I don't put the ward. It's whatever. Okay?
Okay, so at 120 I ward those two positions.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's only one, remember. You can't do both.
Yeah.
Alright. Depending on where you start. Here and here.
But this is when I know like if they're starting red or blue. Like obviously I'm not gonna ward there if I know he's starting red, right? So
No, if he's
Is it
starting red, you should still do it to see where he paths next.
oh, okay.
Right? If he does red into Raptors, you would like to know because it means that he has a shorter gank timer.
Oh,
Yeah, it
oh,
means
I meant sorry, that's not what I meant. I meant like if he's starting red from the top side, like the
he's starting
other
here.
side.
Or
I don't know what it's called. Red side, I guess, of the
He's
map.
starting top side.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's starting top side, you should still do it.
Okay.
Why do you think that is?
Are you talking about from which side of the map are you talking about?
Here.
Sorry.
Here. He's
Oh,
here and this is you.
You want to see like you can still see his pathing after he does his like blue and then the next two camps. Because you know if you don't see him there after a certain time, then he's either like trying to gank or he's like invading top.
It can be okay, so you get information without getting information. That's what I want you to realize. Sometimes, sure, he does blue, grump, wolves, and then invades. That's really rare, especially in gold. It doesn't happen often. But if you don't see him on this ward, it means that he did wolves, golems, or wolves, grump, or red, blue, grump, wolves, and then bot side. And maybe the ward is expired, but it doesn't matter because if you don't see him, it means that he's coming towards bot side. It's information that you get without having seen him.
Okay.
So without having seen him, you know where he's going.
But why does that mean he's going bottom and not ganking top or something like that?
I mean, if he's ganking top, it means that he's on the wrong side of the map, right? Where his camps are up. Look, if he goes top here, he's completely fucked in terms of if your jungler realizes that and he maybe started here and he sees some top gank, yeah, sure, we just like trade one side for free, right? This is your side and he gets one. Sometimes he gets all of them because your jungler doesn't realize it, but in certain spots the jungler will realize it and he will have an insane tempo advantage on him, enemy jungler. So this doesn't happen very often. Does it happen very often?
Okay.
I mean, I'm asking you now, does it happen very often?
Oh, no, it doesn't happen often.
Yeah, because it's crazy and you usually lose your entire bot side, right? For it. It does happen sometimes, but not that often. Alright. Yeah, and Aurelian Soul decided to run it down. Yeah, and he has a gank timer here. Alright, we go back into the replay, you see it?
Yeah, because I'm not there, he can clear that wave and then leave.
Yeah, he will leave, and we should just be pinging it. Oh. Yeah, you're just tapping out, it's fine.
Checking.
You shouldn't tap out though. When you're in game, you focus. But it's because you played so many games. Right, and Aurelian Soul is griefing it.
I just wanted to make sure the recording was working because...
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fine. But either way, when... What is this term called? You know, there's a term for this.
Inting?
No. There's a term for this, like what Aurelian Soul is doing right now. Not inting.
I have no idea.
Alright, so...
Like, if it's not roaming, I have no idea.
It's called tempo. It's called tempo advantage.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Tempo, like this.
Because he has the first move because I'm not there and he pushed the wave.
Yeah, exactly. He has the first move because we spent our time resetting. Which means he obviously is faster on the map because he died, right? And we needed to push that wave.
Yeah.
So he has the tempo advantage now. And sometimes it's gonna be you who has the tempo advantage. So when he has tempo, he can do whatever, right? He can ward here, go for a gank bot lane, go for a gank top lane because he has tempo on you. And it's something that you don't need to know, but it's something that's nice to know. Alright. And yeah, he just run it down. Which leaves you in a weird position. Because what is happening with your wave right now? If no one is touching the wave, what will happen?
I think that it will slow push.
Where?
Because what? Sorry.
Where to? Your tower or his tower?
His tower, because when the next wave comes, my minions will be first to the wave, and his minions will be second. So my side will have more minions than his, and it'll push faster to the other side.
That, and also because look here, if you look at the wave.
I was gonna say because they're all targeting the one minion, and
yeah,
right?
that's not so important. Like that's whatever.
Oh, okay.
But what's important is this. They are already a unit, right? They're already fighting. While look at the other side, right? Look at them.
They're still
look
coming.
at them.
They're still coming.
Yeah, they're still like preparing for battle. Look at them. They're all attacking first. So because your wave is attacking first, and your next wave has shorter travel time, here, right? They will obviously slow push. And that's completely fine because you can't hard shove. You can try, but it's not gonna end well. And why you should not hard shove here, which I can see is what you're doing, is because the wave is not gonna crash anyways. So we should create a huge wave, either reset on it and get maybe CD boots, because you probably could. CD boots, or a call, whatever. Or we should play with jungle, set up vision, right? Boom, boom, and then we're safe for the rest of the game. It can be anywhere. Like the vision can be placed here, or him starting jungle camp. You can go all the way down here because you slow pushed in a ginormous wave, right? So instead of hard shoving and having less time to move, we should slow push it. We should build a massive wave so he has to collect it.
Wouldn't I miss CS slow pushing if I go bot and place a ward where at the Krugs?
No, because it means that his wave is now bouncing to you. If you slow push it like this, right, with this one and the next one, so 2 waves together, his next wave will build up because it's under the tower, and the tower is obviously helping kill the minions.
Yeah.
So no, you will maybe lose 1 minion, but losing 1 minion for like placing full vision control for your bot lane, your mid lane,
massive advantage.
It's huge. So yeah, you will maybe lose 1 minion, but you will have insane map state. You have full vision on enemy jungle. So if he ganks after golems, you see it. If he does golems to raptors, you see it. If he does raptors to mid, you see it. You see everything. And you have a lot of time right now. So you could potentially look for wards. You don't have to do it though, but you can, because you slow pushed 1 and 2.
Okay.
And in this case, of course, we reset the time of the wave. So yeah, 1. And then the next one, this one right here, is second wave. And it gives you more time to roam. If it was any other champ than Aurelion Soul, you would have a shit ton of time, but Aurelion Soul just one-shots the wave. There's like some other champs as well, but Aurelion Soul is probably the best one. Because you'll see him one-shotting the wave. And that's why we shouldn't hard shove it. Because if your wave here, right, the next one, crashes with this wave before the next wave comes, you will push it even faster because they're helping push. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so if the next one right here is clumping up with this one before this wave is dead, right here, they will push faster and they will help you push. It means that you can actually push waves because, sure, you're playing Vlad, but you have a minion wave who is pushing faster than you can do. Alright. And yeah, we should just aim to get the CS. We are not killing him ever under the tower here. So we should just be aiming to get all the CS. And like, sure, damaging him is nice, but it doesn't mean anything. Only thing that matters to you is getting the CS. And yeah, as you can see, you're
Yeah,
losing this.
I thought it would be fine because I'm hitting the 2 minions as well as him, but I should have taken that minion behind me.
Yeah, but
That
that
just
one, you can just use auto tech for this one. Sure, you're hitting him and it's like great, right? Because it doesn't matter, it's just him inting. But the main goal for you is to get CS right here, because we're not killing him
all the
ever.
CS.
Yeah, we're never killing him here. It's just not possible, and it's not possible for you to take plates as well. Look, we're done with the wave, but what are we doing now, right? 4 minutes and 41, 42. Let's say you finish the wave here. Boom. And what are we doing now? We're just chilling, you know. We're not doing anything of value. We're not doing anything of value. Okay, we found the Eve. That's good. Let's place ward. We have 2 vision. 2 vision.
Yeah, I think I put a ward.
Yeah. So. And you should place it on the camp right here.
Yeah, I was going to, but I was worried that they could collapse on me and that I would miss minions. So yeah. I kind of didn't.
Yeah, the moment you see her, just you know, whatever. You can also hold on to the vision, because you know she's coming bot side now. So there's like really no reason to, but you have 2, so you might as well. In this case, because you're never really going all the way down here. It's like too long now. You had 1 window to do it, but you didn't, which is fine. Like, we just need shallow vision. Here is fine. All we need is shallow vision. Yeah. Boom. And the main goal is to get the CS, right? Sure, we're attacking him, but what does it do? We're never killing him. It's just not possible. Right, so we should aim to get the CS. Because currently, you have lost at least 20 CS that didn't have to be lost. Just from basic mistakes, like for example on the first wave, not queuing the right minion and setting up the CS. But it's fine. Like, as I said, I'm not flaming you or anything. I'm just making sure that you understand how important it is. Alright. Boom. Holy fucking hell. We have no pool, so you need to respect way more than you are. If he hits this, you die every time. But I guess you're just too good. Look, it's like really, it's clipping you.
Yeah, I should have played more passively.
Yeah. And when you don't have pool like this, you definitely need to.
I kind of trusted that I could dodge it, but that was like barely missing.
Yeah. So your positioning here is pretty crazy. Going back one more time. Because of the fact we don't have pool. So just respect until you have pool and until you need to last it. Or queue them. Okay. So respect, go back a little bit more, wait for pool, and then you can step up again. Boom. Holy fuck, it's lagging so much.
Sorry.
It's fine. Nothing you can do about it now. It's like watchable. Right, and yeah, you are not in a position to freeze. You're too low, so it's not happening. We should just look to set up the CS, that's it. Boom. Alright, last one. Okay, this is also a big thing. We should not look to get the CS under tower, because it means that the wave is slow pushing. And if the wave is slow pushing...
Sorry, what?
Alright, see here? Just look, pay attention to the wave.
Yeah.
Look
it's
what it does.
Slow push.
Look, yes. But we needed to slow push as slow as possible.
Oh, okay.
So look at this, right? This right here. Really, really bad. Because it means that it will slow push faster than we intended it to do.
So I should have held the wave.
So what you should do, yeah, exactly, is that you should just step up a little bit further than the minions. Right here. Take aggro for like 1 second. Like 1 second. Legit, that's all you gotta do. 1 second. Cue the wave. Sure. for like mana or for heal, I mean. And that's it. So just step up and hold the wave from tower range, so we can slow push this as slow as possible. Because the more minions we have stacked together, the what?
I was gonna say, yeah, I should have stopped that from hitting the tower.
Yeah, exactly. The more minions we have stacked together, the less chance there is of him like going in on you. And yeah, you can kill him here every time, right? You have Kayn around,
what?
you can kill here every time. Right, we get the flash, that's fine. Yeah. Kayn should stick around though, because now you're in a position where you can get ganked really, really easily. I hope you get ganked, because then I can say something. Alright. You don't. Okay.
I'm a bit like thinking that I can get ganked, so
Yeah, right here. Wave is frozen. Here. And you're playing Vlad, so you don't really have wave clear. So what Kayn should have done and what you should have asked for is that he should W.
push.
He shouldn't take the XP because we're playing Vlad and we would like to have the XP for ourselves. Unless it's like really important. And yeah, he's also pinging here that you have to be in danger. Or you're in danger. Plus it's Eve, so he can just he can be standing literally right here right now. So he should W the wave, and you should then E, and then of course kill him, right? To push it, because yeah, he could be standing right here and you don't have W, so you need to flash, still having the wave in a bad position. So you should ask for him to push it. He might not do it, but again, you need to be aware of these things.
So if he doesn't do it, should I just leave? Like recall?
Depends on the situation. If you know where Eve is, it doesn't really matter. It has no value to you. But if you don't know where he is, you need to play a little bit more respectful until you have W up at least. When you have W up, you can walk up again. Because you can W the charm.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, and we should look to recall now. Good, good, good. You recalling in open air is horrible though. You need to do it in the fuck so you can, what's it called here?
I could have recalled closer to the tower, but I didn't think she was gonna come like full health.
Not that. That's not the reason you do it. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
The reason you do it is because Aurelion Sol right now, he could be faking his recall. And then the moment he sees you recall in front of his face, he goes out.
Stay and
yeah,
push.
he goes out, he pushes the entire wave, and you will lose a couple of minions. So do it in fuck, so he actually has to respect. Because if he literally sees you recall, he can cancel his recall and just push the entire wave in 2 seconds. So you need to do it in Flag of War. You need to do it either here or just a little bit closer or further back. It's not because of Eve. Eve is irrelevant. We don't give a shit about that champ, right? It's for him not being able to get a free recall.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. We're not gonna watch the entire game, by the way. Because there is for sure gonna be a lot of Fiesta, so we're gonna watch the laning phase for now.
Okay.
First 15 minutes-ish.
What time is it in the game? I can't see.
8 minutes. And yeah, this is a perfect situation where we can freeze. I'm sure you don't do it.
No, so I've frozen before and I was thinking of freezing here, but I thought that I shouldn't freeze because what did I say? I didn't want to freeze because then he would just roam, and I thought it would just be better to clear the wave.
But where can he roam to? Where can he roam to where it has relevance?
Bot was based. I guess he could have gone top, but that's about it.
Yeah. He can roam bot, but there's no one in bot. Okay, so what I wanted to understand is that if there is a way that he can impact the map, then sure, go and hush off the wave. Because then you at least get played and he will lose more. But if there's no place for him to make, right? there's no butt dive to make because they're not slow pushing a wave or anything, and they just died, then there's no reason to. Because there's nowhere he can go. Sure, he can go butt where there's no one, but it doesn't matter because we're holding a freeze. So if he wants to roam, he will lose 6 minions of XP and gold. Plus, the wave is in a good position for you to either harass him or just be in a good position where you can't get ganked and you can just free scale. You see it?
Yeah, but can you freeze against him as Vlad? Can't he break the freeze?
Yes,
really?
but what you do by having the freeze is forcing him to go back in lane, so he can't roam.
Okay, that's what's the important part. Is forcing him to be in lane. Okay.
Yeah, you force him to be in lane so he can't make a shit roam happen.
Okay.
And if he doesn't do it and he still does the roam, he will lose 6 minions in XP of gold. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Because yeah, you cannot freeze on Bled or on Aurelion Soul. It's not really impossible. But you are locking him in lane, so you force a 1v1 where you just outscale him every time. And if he doesn't want to, sure, he will just lose 6 XP and gold. And we will have the favorable lane state. This is a good lane state for Led to have almost the entire game. Unless you can kill him, because yeah, I played with Elite multiple times, do cute as well. Sometimes he just, kills the enemy laner for zero reason. And yeah. Oh, what happened here? Oh yeah, you W'd. And we should also freeze up here instead of here. Why do you think that is? You didn't freeze it, but when we do it, why do you think that is?
Are you talking about in this situation?
Yeah, in this situation. In this situation.
Is it because we knew he was bot side?
Yeah, we knew his bot side, so he could just come from Fuck of War and kill you. Or not kill you, but at least chunk you a bit.
Okay.
So we should do it here.
That's for sure makes sense.
Yeah. And if he does it here, we do it here.
The opposite side, yeah.
Yeah. So we can't get fucked by like Fuck of War, stun, or anything. So do it opposite of where he is. Alright. And yeah. Now you're forced to pull, which sucks. And it means that you can't really freeze anymore. But now we're in a position where we can actually chunk him and we can actually do damage to him. You have Hextech up again, so if he steps up, you... Oh, again, we could try to freeze it here. Because you have this up. You have full bar, you have ult, you have flash. Go on him. Chunk him down.
Die.
What?
Is it worth flashing on him if he's not gonna die?
No. You're just threatening the all-in. You're not doing it unless he's griefing.
Oh, okay.
If he's griefing, yeah, sure, we go. But we're threatening the all-in. Because you're not looking to flash after him. Right? We're just trying to force him to stay in lane. And if we freeze either way, sure, he has to stay in lane. Right? So why? Why not do it? You know?
Mm-hmm.
In this case, it doesn't really matter. You can't really freeze here, but you should still try, because you can't do it. You just step up a little bit further and you take this minion, take this one as well. And if he steps up, we just break the freeze. We just want him to stay in lane, because then his champ is useless. And yeah, he just roamed. Right? And if we froze on him, at least his lane state would be better, because you cannot follow a roam from him ever. That's not possible. Right? And you try to follow the roam, but you can't. Right? Just mute pings. You cannot follow this roam. And if we froze on him, right? Just look at it. With 4 minions, we need 4 because it's cannon. So the moment he clears the wave, we just freeze. We go up. Boom. We stay here. And we just stand here. Look at him, say, what's up? Right? Because we need to lock him in lane. We can't let him roam for free.
Okay.
If he roams, he needs to at least lose something for it. Because we are not going to be able to follow the roam. It's not possible. It will never be possible. You see it?
Yeah.
So step up and hold this freeze. And if he steps up and tries to break the freeze, at least it means that for the next 2 seconds he has to stop you from freezing. And if you had W up as well, we just go on him. We just go hard on him. Alt, E, Q, and we just go hard on him. And yeah, we cannot follow this roam. It's not possible. And you try to push, which ends up being a bad. I mean, yeah, you can go on him as well. No mana, right? Just go on him. But you're busy typing, I guess. Okay, you're not.
No, I was scared of Evelyn.
Yeah, but why, right? We have W. If Evelyn comes, what can she do? There's zero reason for you to be scared. And you're hogging the right side as well. You're hogging the right side. Freeze again. Look at him. 0 mana. If he steps up, what happens?
There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, there is literally nothing he can do. So step up and hold these 4 minions. And he can just watch the freeze happen. Or Eve has to stop the freeze. Which she won't. Because she doesn't know what a freeze is. So we step up. We hold this freeze. He has no mana. What can he do? Nothing. And we're looking to scale. So why wouldn't we do it? Right? He just gets off scot-free. He can just recall right now. You see it? He can recall.
Yeah.
If he wants to, he could recall and he would lose nothing at all. Not even lane state. And you're full HP. You're not looking to reset right now. You're full HP. You don't need to reset. So go up and force him to stay. And if he doesn't stay, he will lose 6 minions. He will lose 6 minions right here. And you still hold a favorable lane state. Alright. And yeah, you just hard shove it, of course, which we shouldn't have done. And now you reset, which means Aurelian Soul has tempo, and they put Herald mid. Yeah, we could just go on Eve here, right? We could just go on Eve. He's griefing. Okay. Yeah, and he's dead. Right. By the way, when you see someone like this team, would just mute. It's just annoying.
Yeah, I muted him.
Right. Look, right here. Ult. You see Pike, ult. W the charm.
Because I think she had ult.
But it doesn't matter.
I was waiting for this guy to come before I went in.
But you know his Pike, right? So he can follow up on almost everything.
That's true, yeah.
We use Ghost here. Use Ghost. I mean, quickly kill this off with one basic. Use Ghost, ult, E, and then W the charm. W the charm. Yeah, I mean, of course, you can just Q as well. While you're using R. You see it? It's so free. It's so fucking free. You kill both of them.
Both? You think he dies as well?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay.
Right, look here. We Q this guy. I mean, fuck the Herald. It doesn't matter. Q this guy or both of them. They're sitting up in a perfect position to or both of them. W the charm while holding E in with Ghost. That's why Ghost is so OP. Because you don't need to use Flash for it. And then you can use Flash for other situations. And now you just get chunked really, really hard for zero reason. Right? She gets to charm you. And we need to W the charm. Or QE. So the combo right here. Or Q. Like Q is fine as well. We start off with Q on this guy. Or W the charm. And yeah, they're pretty much dead here. Of course, you use Ghost before all of it. So you start off with Ghost into Q. This is not A, by the way. Q or W the charm, and they die here every single time. Both of them. Because you're full HP, so you just run down this fucking A-soul. See it?
Yeah.
Because this is so free. And it ends up being like really close. And pop potion, for the love of God. Pop potion in the fight. Maybe even before you start off. Like just pop potion right here. Of course it requires you to press way more buttons. But pop potion. Look. The fight's over and we still haven't popped the potion. And then we pop it.
Potion.
Because it can be the difference maker. You know? Look at the region you have with potion or without potion, and then with potion. Look, see it? 2,
Yeah,
10,
it goes to
or 12.
12.
So 10 extra region per second. That's a shit ton, by the way. That's a lot of region. So pop the potion, start a fight, or in middle of fight. If you can't do it, start a fight, because then it's also pretty, like, it's a little bit easier for you. All right. Okay, good tank. Boom. Nice. And then we reset. We reset. Yes, thank you. Alright, good. At least you reset here. Because wave is bouncing into you, so we are chilling really hard. You see? How the wave, just look at the wave on minimap, because you're not looking at it, but look at it right now.
Yeah, it's pushing like hard.
It's bouncing. It's slow pushing, and it's bouncing back into you. Because on the next wave, it will be perfect for you. And that's why we don't take another wave, because you're inting your tempo, right? Perfect reset, because you're back on the map same time as Arillion Soul. Plus, the wave is favorable for you. The wave state is favorable for you. See it?
Yes.
You're both out on the map at the same time, but wave is favorable for you. And that's, of course, beautiful. And again, we could try to freeze here. This one is a little bit harder. This one is a little bit harder, as I said. It's a little bit harder, but you're playing Bled, so you can do it. And we just fin the wave. Because with this, at this point, he is looking to roam hard, by the way. He's looking to roam really, really hard. And if he is roaming, what can you do about it? The next wave is here. You can't do anything. So let's try to freeze. If he just steps back, we just break the freeze again. But then we stopped him from roaming for at least 2 to 3 seconds. And that can be the difference maker between your bot lane dying and not. So sure, we're not really looking to freeze here. If we can, that's great, we just do it. But if he steps back, we just break the freeze immediately. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I bet that he's running bot lane here like a monkey. Wow, what a surprise. I would never see that coming. Right? It's so obvious. So fucking obvious. And if we froze on him, at least we would lose 6 years. He still does, though. Doesn't he? No, he decides to help with. Yeah, he decides to help. That's. Oof. Do you have any questions, by the way?
Oh, no.
Okay, good. Beautiful. Yeah, and again, we could potentially look to freeze here. Why not? We're playing Bled, right? So we can sustain. Doesn't really matter. And you have 2 potions. Use them. We need to hold him in lane.
How would I freeze with that wave, though?
You drag it and you use your sustain in your kit. Yeah, it's a huge wave, but we can delete these 3 pretty easily. And we just step over here. You have 2 potions, you have Q, you have...
Fine.
What?
Oh, no, nothing.
Do you not think you can freeze this wave?
No, I do. I was saying you cleared those 3, then you keep the other 4.
Yeah, you're not looking to freeze the entire wave. That's something you have to... I mean, we go back to the other one as well. This one, right here. Huge wave. We're not looking to freeze this entire wave. We're looking to kill this minion, this minion, this minion, this minion, this minion. And we keep these 4 alive, okay? So you don't take a shit ton of damage, but we still have the freeze. So we're looking to kill off all these 5 minions here. We're not looking to hold the entire wave. That's too much. And like too much, like it's way too much. So we're looking to kill off. Usually, do you know how to freeze how many minions that usually it takes?
It's 4.
It depends on the situation. Like right here, you can do it with 3, but if it's cannon, right? If this next wave here is cannon, better for you to hold at least five casters here, 5 to 4.
It's a cannon. It's a cannon wave. You need 4 to 5. If it's not a cannon wave, you can do it with 3.
You can do it with 4, but with 5 at least you're like secured even if you fuck it up a bit.
Okay.
So for you, I would do it with 5 just to make sure, so you can practice a little bit more. But you can do it with 4 if you do it correctly.
5 was a cannon wave, or 5 for every wave?
No, you can do 3 on a normal wave. If this one right is just a wave, and the next wave is backing it up, but this next wave right here is not a cannon wave. That's a normal wave. Let's just say that, okay? Hypothetical situation.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a normal wave. You can do it with 3.
Okay.
Just 3 casters. But if you have 3 casters for the cannon wave and you freeze it here, you're just gonna slow push it back into him. Because it's so close that the next one here, after this wave here, will just, of course, have shorter distance to travel to lane. So it'll slow push.
Is it the same with melees, or can you not freeze with melee minions?
You can do it with melee minions, but it's way easier to do it ranged.
Okay.
Because melee minions likes to fuck with you, so they like to go into the tower for no reason. I don't know if you've seen that before.
Yeah.
They like to change aggro and they like to be really RNG, so it's way easier to do with caster minions. Right. Yeah, and as I said, really, really surprising that he's roaming, right? It was so fucking obvious. I even saw it before before he left lane, right? Because it's so obvious. And you can't follow the roam ever. That's just the matchup we've opted into. We cannot follow this roam. It's not possible. So let's freeze it and at least deny XP and gold from him. And when he comes back to lane, you can go all in on him. Situationally. Like he builds really tanky, so it's a bit harder for you. Right. And you push the wave. What do we do then? Can we look for plates? I can't see because we're not looking. But you can see how if we played it not fine or not good, but just fine, we would at least be sitting out on 110, right? CS.
Yeah.
Which is a 300 gold extra. A little bit more, even. Because 15 is like a kill.
Mm-hmm.
So you would be sitting on a kill and like 100 gold. So 400 gold extra. CS is so fucking important. So fucking important. And you learn it by wave management. And of course, last hitting is just a skill in itself.
My question.
Yeah?
Oh, sorry. Yes, sir.
No, go ahead.
My question is, when you play against roamers like Talon, Aurelian Soul, do you just like have to concede that they'll roam and you can't do anything? You just have to get as much CS as you can? Is that the only way you can like deal with them?
I mean, in most cases, yeah, you have to get CS per minute or 10 CS per minute. Hope that your team is not completely griefing the Talon. And when it comes to, like, let's say 25 minutes into the game, 20 minutes, you're gonna 1v9 hard. You don't even have to play well, you just have to play fine. Then you're gonna 1v9 it extremely hard if you are sitting with 10, 11 CS per minute. But let's just say 10, right? 10 CS per minute, 20 minutes into the game, you're gonna 1v9 every single time. Or maybe not every single time, but a lot of the time. And it's a really consistent playstyle. But again, this is the only champ you play where you just can't really do anything early. But it's a really nice playstyle. And it's a really fun playstyle to learn. Because when you perfect it, it's like art. It's like art form. Alright?
Okay.
So, yeah, and in some cases, we have to go back one more time. No, we have to go back a little bit more. There we go. I think it was here. No, it's way more. It's way more. Yeah, right here. This is a perfect example. Okay, so let's just say you're playing versus Talon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because he's Talon and he has like the equivalent of 50 IQ max, he is gonna go for a roam that is non-existent because he can't roam bot here, right? He cannot roam bot. There's no one to kill, so freezing is optimal. But if your bot lane can die, okay, if your bot lane is in lane and enemy bot lane is slow pushing a huge wave, then we should push because we can either look to get plates or we can try to force him in back to lane. But you can do it both ways. But we can at least try to get some plates if he does it. Okay.
So why do you say freezing against Aurelion Soul but pushing against Talon?
No, it's the both. It's both concepts. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's depending on the situation. Like, what can he roam to? What can he roam for?
If he can Roman to do anything, then you freeze. But if there's something he can do, then you should try to push and get plates.
Yeah, depending on the situation. Like, let's say our wave is right here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't do anything for you pushing the wave because they're so long before your next wave is arriving. But in this case, the wave is really close to you.
Yeah.
So you could potentially look to push it. But if the wave is insanely far away from you, just try to freeze it and force him to come back and break that freeze.
Okay.
Alright. I think we stop the replay here. Let's just keep watching a little bit. Want to see if there's anything of relevance. Because everything that I've said so far is just, really fucking important and will not happen every game, but it's extremely important. And the rest will probably be Fiesta. Looking at it, already like 6 kills. Alright, yeah, we stop it here. Oof. Do you have any like follow-up questions before I stop the recording?
So you're talking about the play style of like trying to get 10 CS per minute.
Yeah.
This is like only optimal for champions like Vlad, right? Like that super hyper scaling champs.
It's optimal for champs that don't offer anything. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
But then at 6, maybe you can offer something.
Okay,
But
so
let's say you're playing something like Kiana, right? Or you're playing something like Katarina, or yeah, let's just go with that. Then you can at least impact the early game after 3, right? So you can actually do something. Yeah.
yeah.
And then the playstyle changes a bit because you can actually change fights in River and you can change fights around the map.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Oh no, that's it.
Okay.